warmly welcome all of you on behalf of the International Association for Quality Education and South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development for the Speak in English lecture series. Today's lesson 14 is on modal verbs with noun and adjectives. The lesson has been designed by the President of International Association for Quality Education and South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development, Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda. And it is presented by me, Mr. Dishan Jagannathan, the operational leader of IAFQE and SIA for ECCD. Nature of sentences. The nature of a sentence, to make a meaningful sentence, we need to have a subject, a verb, noun, adjective, and verb. Here, the first one refers to the modal verb, which we'll be going through in today's lesson. And the last one is the main verb. The subjects we've been discussing are I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. It's related with the first person, second person, and third person narratives. And nouns. A noun is a word that represents a person, a thing, concept, or place. And an adjective is a word that describes or defines a noun or noun phrase. The modal verbs, which we have already seen in our previous lesson, lesson 13, can, may, might, should, must, would, and could. Modal verbs expresses the necessity or possibility. They can be used at various circumstances as it has been given: possibility, ability, likelihood, permission, request, suggestion or advice, command, obligation or necessity, and habit. Now let's look at each one specifically. Can be used for ability, doubt, astonishment, permission, polite request. May is used for permission, supposition with doubt, if not prohibition. And must is used for obligation, firm necessity, logical conclusion, and probability. Shall is used for intention, supposition. Will is for wish, desire, will, confidence in the future. Should, necessity, advice, blame, recommendation, reproach, regret. Would, wish, polite request, a habit of the past. And might, a polite request. Could, to indicate possibility, or a polite request. The sentences we'll be going through are positive, negative sentences, positive, negative questions. The structure for positive sentence would be subject plus modal verb plus be, plus noun along with the adjective. If I take an example, he may be a teacher. He is a subject, may is a modal verb used, and teacher is a noun. Similarly, he can be a good teacher. Here, good refers to the adjective, the quality. It describes the teacher. She might be a teacher. The modal verb is might, and the noun is teacher. She may be a good teacher. Good is the adjective here. Similarly, we have they should be cricketers, they will be best cricketers. Nimal would be a student. Nimal must be a clever student. So here the first sentences make use of the noun, and in the second four sentences we have added an adjective to describe the noun and to give a clearer sentence. The structure goes as subject plus modal verb plus be plus noun adjective followed by place and time. Let's go through some examples. I shall be, or we could also make use of will be. Your class teacher next year. Shall or will is the modal verb and class teacher is the noun. We may be students in next English class. May is the modal verb and students is the noun. You might be the leader in our group. They should be cricketers in our national team. He must be a doctor. She could be my class teacher this year. It must be a 5-star hotel. So here you could see the subject, modal verb plus be, and noun with the rest of the parts of the sentence. Moving on to the negative type, negative sentence structure, it would be subject plus modal verb plus not, be, noun, or adjective. So when you say negative, we always make use of not. He may not be a teacher. He cannot be a good teacher. In either case, the first sentence make use of the noun teacher, and in the first example on the right, it make use of good teacher, and good is the adjective. Moving on to the next one, she might not be a teacher. She may not be a good teacher. They should not be cricketers. They will not be best cricketers. Nimal would not be a student. Nimal cannot be a clever student. So I repeat, the structure for negative sentences would be subject plus modal verb plus not plus be plus noun or adjective with place and time. Examples. I shall not be a class teacher next year, or I can also say this as I shan't be a class teacher next year. We may not be students in your next English class. You might not be the leader in our group, or you can say you mightn't be the leader in our group. They shouldn't be cricketers in our national team. He mustn't be a doctor. She couldn't be my class teacher in my primary classes. It mustn't be a 5-star hotel. Next, we'll be looking at positive questions. So the questions will begin with modal verb, and then comes the subject plus be with noun or adjective. Could he be a teacher? Could he be a good teacher? So the noun is teacher and good teacher. Good is the adjective. Might she be an athlete? Might she be a good athlete? Should they be cricketers? Should they be talented cricketers? Would Nimal be a student? Would Nimal be a clever student? So the first four questions are formed with the use of a noun, and the second set of sentences have made use of an adjective in front of the noun. So I repeat it, the structure would be modal verb plus subject plus be noun, adjective with place and time. Let's go through a few examples. Shall I be your class teacher next year? May we be students in your next English class? Could you be the leader of our group? Should they be cricketers in our national team? Might he be a doctor? Could it be a five-star hotel? So the first words are modal verbs, followed by the subject, plus be, and then comes the noun with adjective and place with time. Moving on to negative questions, we'll make use of not. So the structure would be modal verb plus not plus subject be. I repeat, modal verb plus not plus subject plus be with noun or adjective. And for negative questions, we always say we make use of the contracted form. So it would be, shan't I be a doctor? Shan't I be a good teacher? Won't they be cricketers? Won't they be talented cricketers? Won't Nimal be a student? Won't Nimal be a clever student? Structure, modal verb plus not with subject plus be plus noun adjective with place and time. Examples: I shan't be your class teacher next year. Mayn't we be students in your next English class? Couldn't you be the leader of our group? Shouldn't they be cricketers in our national team? Mightn't he be a doctor? Can't it be a five-star hotel? So, the summary, the four types we've seen: positive sentence, negative sentence, positive questions and negative questions. For positive sentence, the structure goes as subject plus modal verb with noun or noun and adjective. For negative sentence, we make use of not, so it will be subject plus modal verb plus not be plus noun adjective. He may be a teacher. She might be a teacher. They should be cricketers. Nimal would be a student. And negative sentences: he cannot be a good teacher. She may not be a good teacher. They will not be best cricketers. Nimal cannot be a clever student. And we could make use of contracted forms, which is, he can't be a good teacher. She mayn't be a good teacher. They won't be best cricketers. Nimal can't be a clever student. Moving on to the positive and negative questions. Both the questions will be beginning with the modal verb. The only difference is the negative questions will have the word not. So it'll be modal verb plus subject be with noun or adjective. And negative would be modal verb plus not, subject be with noun and adjective. Shall I be your class teacher next year? May we be students in your next English class? Could you be the leader of our group? Should they be cricketers in our national team? And finally, the negative questions. Shan't I be a doctor? Won't they be cricketers? Won't Nimal be a student? Assessment and evaluation. Please visit the given websites. There are two. You can go through any one: www.iafque.org or saifoeccd.org. Then go to the Speaking English lecture series. You will find them in both the websites. Follow the guidance to complete the assessment process if you're keen in obtaining a certificate. and watch the next lesson to become fluent in English. Thank you all for listening and thank you for joining. Have a great day.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.